Oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Yes, after Godzillanator's long weekend of fun. And I'll tell you a little bit about that if you want to stick around for after we talk about the sneak peek and all that stuff. Also, not only that, but I have some groundbreaking information, some developments that have been made on not just on my account, but in the game in general. I guess on my account, it'll all make sense towards the end of the video if you want to stick around, because I'm gonna basically give you the sneak peek into my next video after this one, and I think a lot of people will actually enjoy it. All right, so yeah, let's dive right into this thing. I think some people might enjoy this right here. Alrighty, and here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Let me silence the in-game music here and let me play this track. Okay, we got a dojo, right, as it appears, and that right there, in case you can't tell, it says tier 3, which is rather unusual, because typically we don't see the tier 3 in the very first sneak peek. But I have some speculation as to why this sneak peek is the way that it is. And I'll tell you after we finish playing it. And that's basically it. And then it just says, costumes inspired by Marvel Studios' Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. All right, so let's talk about this real quick. Alrighty, as per the usual, we got to check out and see what Danny Koo has to say over here on Twitter. Sometimes he gives us extra little clues and such. Every once in a while, some are a little more insightful than others, but let's see what he's got to say. All right, so he says, punching the T3 in the next Marvel Future Fight update inspired by Marvel Studios' Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Yeah, so this is straight from the movie, ladies and gentlemen. The movie release, at least for me in the States where I live, it's going to be on Friday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so 4 days. I'm gonna try to get to see it day one. And in fact, it's looking like I will. I have a lot of things going on over the next week, but Friday is a day that I kind of have a little bit of a break. So if it turns out where that's what I decide to go do, that's what I'm going to do. It also says he was trained so the deadliest people in the world couldn't defeat him in Marvel Future Fight. You know, V740 update inspired by Marvel Studios' Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. The fighter will stand against his destiny. All right, so that's what Danny Koo has to say. Let's pop over to the actual forum here and see what they are saying. So the sneak peek team writes this: we have located an old training ground that has been used by a criminal lord to train his progeny. However, one cannot account for the choices of their children. And the title of the sneak peek is Standing Up to Destiny. Make sure everything, okay, excellent, we're right on pace here. And it says, now even the deadliest assassins in the world couldn't stop this master of martial arts. Will he be able to overcome his destiny? Okay, so I'm not sure how familiar you guys are with Shang-Chi and his story. To be honest, I'm not super duper familiar. I kind of know the groundwork. I know the basics and the general outline of the story. I'm pretty sure they switch some things up from the comics to the actual movie here. Just they tweak some things. I'm not going to give any spoilers here, but yeah. So I'm pretty sure the progeny is referring to Shang-Chi, and I'm not gonna say who the criminal lord actually is, though, and that's basically all I'm gonna say about it. But I think the important thing to know about this is that they're talking about Shang-Chi, and Shang-Chi is getting a tier 3, and the uniform is going to be straight out the movie here. So let's dive into some other goodies here. Alrighty, so to be honest, I don't think there's really all that much to say about this without really giving away spoilers just about the movie and such, and I'm not sure if people are into some spoilers, or like I said, how much you actually know about Shang-Chi and his story. I actually went ahead and I level 70 and gear 25 this man as soon as I saw that. I mean, I think we kind of figured this was coming, right? All the movies we've seen content, in the game inspired by the movies, even by all the shows up until this point, right? WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Loki, and we're still, I think a lot of us are still holding out hope that there's still more from the shows to actually make it to the game, right? I.e. Agatha, the U.S. agent, Kang, and some other Sylvie, right? So there's still a lot of stuff we could actually get from those shows. Hopefully we do, and I'm pretty sure we're still to see maybe season 2 from some of the shows, and that's really all I'm going to say about that. But I would imagine that this man, they're going to make him strong. They've been making pretty much every character that we've seen from the shows, right? We got Wanda's very strong. Vision is too. Not super meta anymore. I mean, Wanda still is for ABX, to be honest, though. I don't use her for World Boss Legend. I haven't used her in a while, so I can't even say how she stacks up to other characters, because she doesn't fit a whole lot of the requirements. The highest stage I could use her at is the female stage for Null, and then the female stage for Mephisto, which is basically 25 to 29, and then 30 to 34 for Mephisto. So I don't use her all that much, and I think a lot of players, they're actually kind of fed up with her proc in ABX, and I think a lot of players want to change there too. And then Vision, he's kind of useless at this point. There were certain opportunities where I could have used them, durability and then universal mail for Null, but he just doesn't stack up next to some of these other characters that we have now. But Loki is an absolute madman. Falcon is very strong, and so talking about Shang-Chi and what he's going to offer, so we have combat hero, and that's not a high bar to climb, right? That's just it's Venom, and he doesn't score all that high. It's a little bit over. Like, I score about 9.3 with him yesterday. So I have to imagine he's going to be meta for ABX, and I think a lot of us actually have a lot of physical attack. Odin's Blessings, right? We got a lot of these stacked up here because there just haven't been that many meta physical attacking characters. So he's going to be an easy character actually, max out. You're probably even going to want to, just rip everything off Venom if in fact he actually is ABX meta and he's not super PvP, right? Also, talking about World Boss Legend. So you have a couple areas where you can actually use them. Actually, let's check out his tags. I know he has the leadership tag. Assuming that his tags stay the same, he's gonna have the agility. So Null 40 to 44, and then he's got the leadership, and he's also a combat human. So he fits a lot of the requirements here, and who knows? Maybe they're actually going to give him another tag, something related to the movie. But it's not gonna correlate to World Boss Legend because they already have the restrictions or requirements, whatever you want to call them, already in place. In my opinion, I'd say it's safe to go ahead and build this man up, just because of the trend that we've seen. It would be an absolute disgrace if they they gave him the uniform, tier 3 from the movie, right? This movie's got a lot of hype around it. And they just fell short because I think, right, this is the first motion picture from Marvel since Black Widow, and there was that was very, very messy. It was very, very messy. There's a lawsuit, Scarlett Johansson lawsuit, and the whole thing around that, and it just didn't do all that well. And but so I think they're really counting on this movie to do some big things. So I have to imagine that they're going to make this man strong, and he's not the only one we're going to see, right? Because we've seen the screenshot that I posted in my other video. I don't have that readily available right now, but there were 2 other characters in it. Somebody said it was his mother and his father from the movie there. So yeah, we're gonna be seeing more and more goodies, and I'm excited for it. Okay, so I think that's all there really is to be said about this. I'm not gonna go ahead and continue babbling on. Anyways, so for my next video, guys, it's going to be, all right, so this is all, it's a sneak peek, and all I'm gonna say is it's another first ever clear, right? I do my first evers, right, every 5 stages, right? Like I just did Supergiant Null, stage 75. I did Doom 65. Maker was 60, you know, so on and so forth. So I have another first ever video, and I was gonna say something else as well, but that would give a little too much information on it. Talking about brilliance. So I went for a bunch of brilliance. I ended up getting 5. I got 4 brilliant energies and then 1 brilliant judgment. I already had 4 brilliant judgments, and there was one that I was just kind of passing around, and I just really didn't have anybody that really could have used it. So that's why I only went for 1. It just didn't seem like I really needed more. One thing I do have to mention though, and from running Mephisto, because the 5 that I have, 3 of them have the type with the 60%. And it seems like there's actually a big difference between the 60 and the 70. And one of the main differences is the rate that it actually charges up. Like I'll see other players, and I don't know, this could be attributed to their movement speed, possibly, that they have on their cards, but it seems like they are able to charge it up just a little bit faster, and it seems to make a big difference, because right, it adds a 90% of concentration. If you have the 70, it adds 100%. So I believe that attributes to just charging it up a little bit faster. That's just my speculation at this point. And I have one that actually has 50%. It's the one I have on Scarlet Witch, and I want to know your guys' opinion. If you think it's worth it to roll this one and try to get 70%, because I don't have any with the 70%, and I really want one. I would really like 2 with the 70%. But you know, the last time I did it, I was 40 CTPs later, and I still didn't even end up with max proc. But I think the better way to actually go about rolling these is maybe just do like a few rolls, and if you're not getting something decent, just get out of the game and then come back in, and then continue rolling that way. Just doing like a hard reset on it and then come back in seems to be the thing that you actually want to do. But I'm going to end it there, ladies and gents. Let me know what you think. Are you excited for Mr. Shang-Chi? I know I am. He's definitely going to prove to be useful, because some of the further requirements, you actually, he fits the profile for Roblox Legend. I know it's probably a long ways down the road for a lot of players, but it's a shame he doesn't have the durability. That would actually be nice, but if you don't want to build a Maker and you're getting to stage 60, he could be your guy, right? He could definitely be your guy. You have some supports there. You have Taskmaster, and we'll see if maybe his lead actually gets changed, because you know, right now I'm not even going to talk about, he's got 24% on the attacks. So you know, he's gonna need something big to actually outpace Maker, because Maker, he has his own lead thing that are just for him, his own leading thing, and then you know, you got Taskmaster there, so he's gonna need some big stuff. And if he can, with maybe the, you know, right, just Taskmaster, and then you know, I'm gonna have to go look and see actually what's available right there. Let's see. So this would be stage 60, so it's combat human. He would be available here. You know, I think it would basically just be his own. No, you got Crescent, so you could do Crescent, him, and then Taskmaster. So he's not super far behind. He's missing a support basically, or a lead, just because Maker has his own lead, if we're talking about comparing those two. But in any case, I'm gonna end it there. Let me know what you think, ladies and gents. I got more stuff, as I mentioned. Right after this one, I'm gonna be doing another first ever. You guys seem to really enjoy those, so I'm gonna be coming out with it. All right, catch you on the flip side. Peace.